And the three or four areas I want to touch on. One is technology, that I do believe we can solve our problems with technology. The other is that our policies that I know something about, I think our policies need to reflect more absolute reality than perhaps they reflect today. And again, those of you who've looked at my background, this won't come as any surprise to you, but I believe that the government must limit its influence on the market and on the outcome of the way the energy fields develop. So let me start by saying, obviously, that there is a lot of interest. Just look at the room here, and as Kevin was saying, he started out the group started out with just a few people at the first meeting and first seminar, and it's grown, it's grown, it's grown. You know, wherever you go in the country, you see the same thing. You can draw a group of people who want to talk about the future of energy, and I don't think there's any question that the innovation that is available, the intellect and the research that's going on is now starting to be applied, and we are seeing changes that I think we frankly never anticipated just a few years ago. And in that, I do believe that technology is the solution to all our energy problems in the future.
Finite Carbon develops forest carbon offsets. We go to large landowners, we provide them with both the capital and the technical expertise to take the forest through the regulatory approval process that allows them to sell offsets in the emerging U.S. markets.
What you see here is a young man who's looking at the future, a bright future, and he's holding a light bulb that is powered without wires. What Momentum Dynamics has done is devise a method of doing that in a way that is fully compatible with recharging electric vehicles. And what I mean by that is we've optimized a system that can transmit kilowatts of electrical power the distance between the road and the underside of a car or a UPS van, so we're on the order of 8 to 24 inches, and do so efficiently and affordably.
You know, the government influence over energy and incentive over energy has long been a fixture in our economic model. And with some of the new incentives and new policies and evolving policies that are coming along, I'm wondering how much has government funding and government incentive been a part of your investment thesis and how you look at this investment environment? Mike, do you want to comment on that?
The way we think about it, or at least the way I think about it, is the most important thing is consistency. If you've looked at the wind industry, and we have an investment in a wind blade company together, we both committed significant capital to that. It looks like a yo-yo. The U.S. government has given tax credits to this industry, which is a very good and growing industry, for like 1 and 2 year increments. If the government would be, consistent in what they do, then, businesses could, plan on what they do. And, they're starting, I think, to be more consistent and to understand that. But, historically, they haven't been able to do that. And that will allow kind of almost like and I don't want to use like Reaganomic terms, but like a trickle-down type of scenario. Whereas once people know like the end supply, the end product, the projects are going to be able to be financed on a long-term and continuous basis, then there's going to be innovation, and whether it be solar, whether it be biofuels, whatever the sector, as long as there's consistency, I think, from all the way from the mature corporate financing down to the VC financing, it'll be much better.
We are a polysilicon corporation. We are located just right outside, about 30 minutes outside of Philadelphia, in the Keystone Industrial Port Complex, like in the introduction there. We're a polysilicon manufacturer. Polysilicon is essentially the raw feedstock that goes into about 80% of all solar cells. We have developed an innovative proprietary process. Our vision is essentially to become one of the leading suppliers of high purity granular silicon. Granular silicon is not in abundant supply, I guess you can say, and has a lot of potential for innovation.
So we founded the Cleantech Alliance about 18 months ago, hoping to be able to attract investors and entrepreneurs and really connect them together to create opportunities for innovation in this region. One of the things that we're all very, very passionate about is that the clean tech sector, the energy technology sector, the advanced materials sector in this region represents a tremendous, tremendous growth opportunity.
I'm Brent Alderfer, president of Community Energy. We develop wind and solar, and we, in the region, saw a good bit of success by developing wind energy early in the Mid-Atlantic. Resulted in manufacturing and a jump on incorporating wind energy technology in the Mid-Atlantic ahead of some surrounding regions. And what's most interesting now, 5 years after capitalization of the wind industry, is we're seeing solar on a very similar trend. So solar is about a little more than twice the cost per installed megawatt right now of wind, about half the efficiency, but that's in striking distance and on the same trajectory as we saw wind energy develop about 5 years ago.
Hi, I'm Emily Landsberg with Black Gold Biofuels. We're a wastewater company that takes grease from the sewer system and converts that into biodiesel, which is a low-carbon diesel fuel that can be used in any diesel vehicle without modification. We're a Philadelphia-based company. We've been here since 2005. We have an office in Center City and an R&D facility in North Philadelphia. I think one of the exciting parts of being in Philadelphia is so much of the activity that's happening here around clean tech, energy, in the water space as well. It's a fantastic location to be here. We've got a lot of different strategic companies here and generally a lot of energy, no pun intended, around this space.